Prothean.
That's correct, Admiral. But he's not quite what we expected.
Commander, our scientists barely understand what they need to do here. If the Prothean can help us construct this device, we need his cooperation.
Understood, Admiral.
We're losing colonies faster than we can evacuate. We've never seen a force like the Reapers.
He has, Admiral.
Can he help us?
I intend to find out.
Good. Cerberus slipped up and gave us a new weapon. Don't let it go to waste. Hack it out.
Shepard, I need you down in the port cargo hold. It's about our new guest.
I'm on my way. What's the problem?
I've tried to make the room more accommodating, but they're not letting me talk to him.
Apologies, Doctor. Contact protocol with a new species. Assume hostility. We had to dust off the regulations.
But he's not new. I've spent my life studying Protheans.
We don't know anything about him, though.
We've never met one before. Nothing wrong with playing it safe. Should we be worried?
That depends on you. I can sense fear in you, anxiety and distress. The Reapers are winning.
What do you mean, you sense?
All life provides clues for those who can read them. It is in your cells, your DNA. Experience is a biological marker.
Then what exactly did I experience back on Eden Prime? That was a hell of a flashback.
The battle left its own mark on me. I communicated this to you. It can work both ways.
Like your beacons.
Yes. Which... You found one. You saw it all. Our destruction, our warnings. Why weren't they heeded? Why didn't you prepare for the Reapers, human?
It's Commander. And nobody could understand your warnings. The beacon nearly killed me.
Then communication is still primitive in this cycle.
We pieced together what we could, and used it to stop a Reaper invasion 3 years ago.
Then the extinction was delayed.
Now we have your plans for the device. We're going to build it.
Device?
The weapon your people were working on. I'd hoped you could tell us how to finish it.
We never finished it. It was too late.
Then I take it you don't know anything about the catalyst?
No. I was a soldier, not a scientist. Skilled in one art, killing.
What was your mission?
Among my people, there were avatars of many traits. Bravery, strength, cunning. A single exemplar for each.
Which are you?
The embodiment of vengeance. I am the anger of a dead people, demanding blood be spilled for the blood we lost. Only when the last Reaper has been destroyed will my purpose be fulfilled. I have no other reason to exist. Those who share my purpose become allies. Those who do not become casualties.
Nothing in our fight against the Reapers has been that cut and dried.
Because you still have hope that this war will end with your honor intact.
I do.
Stand in the ashes of 1 trillion dead souls and ask the ghosts if honor matters. This silence is your answer.
We found this at the dig site. I assume it belongs to you.
It is a memory shard.
Could it help us with the device?
No, it contains only pain. But I will help you fight. And the last thing the Reapers hear before they die will be the last voice of the Protheans, sending them to their grave.
If you don't mind, I have a few more questions I'd like to ask.
Here it comes.
I've written over a dozen studies on your species. I've published in several journals that...
Amusing. Asari have finally mastered writing.
I'm sorry?
Never mind. What do you wish to know?
Let's ask him some questions.
Is there anything more you can tell us about this device your people were trying to build?
We heard only stories. They said our scientists were constructing a great machine that had the power to defeat the Reapers.
You never saw it?
By that point, the Empire was smashed into pieces. None of us knew what the others were doing.
Well, if we don't finish it soon, the same will be true of us.
We've never seen a species with this sensory ability you have.
It was common among my people, imparting experience through touch, the chemistry of life. Complicated ideas could be absorbed in seconds.
That sounds very useful.
We evolved as hunters. Reading 1,000 details in our environment ensured our survival.
I'm beginning to understand the beacons a bit more.
Later, we developed technology to harness our ability. Information could be stored in certain objects through touch. Memory has its own biomarker, its own chemistry, as do knowledge and skills. The beacons could remember these things.
Things like Reaper invasions.
Yes, I can still sense the turmoil in you, witnessing the extinction of our empire. The fabric of your being was forever marked that day.
Okay, I'm not a biologist, but I don't think memory is actually stored chemically, which is also one of the problems with Shepard's resurrection in Project Lazarus in the first game, because once the electrical activity in your brain dies out, your memories are basically gone. They're not preserved inside the chemical structure of your brain, only inside the electrical activity. So what he does doesn't really make that much sense to me. Or at least his description of how it works doesn't.
So could you read something about this room?
There was liquid, a form of incubation. The DNA of a Krogan who lived here. He was powerful, prone to violence.
I'm impressed. His name was Grunt.
And if he were my enemy, I would have given him a wide berth. There is great strength in his genes.
I didn't know Grunt wore genes.
I'm beginning to understand the beacons a bit more.
Oh, damn it.
Later,
That's the...
memory has its
Things like Reaper.
Yes.
That's the
I
same
can
as
still
before.
Sense the turmoil in you.
Since it was gone
Witnessing
here,
the
I
extinction
thought it
of
was
our
new.
empire. The fabric of your being was forever marked that day.
Liara here would never forgive me if I didn't ask you. What was Prothean civilization like?
Yes, I've always wondered, what sort of government did you have, and can you tell me about your religious beliefs, or perhaps the...
We are dead now. What does it matter?
I'm sorry. Studying your history has been a lifelong passion of mine.
When I was born, our empire was already at war with the Reapers. The first thing I remember was seeing my planet on fire.
What was your civilization like before the Reaper attack?
We were the dominant race of our cycle. We ruled the galaxy.
My studies indicated you were the only race engaged in space travel at the time. I always found that curious.
We were one empire composed of many subjects. All eventually called themselves Prothean.
What if they didn't want to?
They weren't given a choice.
Are you saying you enslaved the other species?
Any could oppose us if they wished. And if they had won, they would have ruled. Many tried. None succeeded.
I had no idea Protheans were so... severe.
It was by necessity. Very early we encountered the dangers posed by machine intelligence. They rebelled against us.
We've had the same problem. They're called Geth.
We could not allow the machines to surpass us. it was decided the only way to win was to unite all organic life within our empire.
Did it work?
For a time, the Metacon War, we were turning the tide until the Reapers arrived. Then we understood machines had surpassed us long ago in ways we could never imagine.
Back on Eden Prime, it looked like there were other stasis pods. What happened?
The Empire had fallen, and we knew our cycle was lost. We were the final vanguard, the best soldiers left alive.
So more of you were supposed to survive into this cycle?
Yes. Under my leadership, a new Prothean empire would have arisen. We would have commanded the races of your time to prepare for the next Reaper invasion. But traitors within our ranks, indoctrinated agents, betrayed us, and the Reapers discovered our plan.
Just out of curiosity, how would you have commanded us?
By leaving you no other option. You would have joined our army, or faced the Reapers alone.
We've uncovered quite a few Prothean ruins. Were you observing our ancestors?
Before the war, we cultivated species who showed potential. Eventually, you would have been offered a choice to join the Empire. But when the Reapers attacked, we ceased all study. We hoped they would see you as too primitive to harvest.
Well, thank you. I think. What can you tell us about your own war with the Reapers?
Many of the details were lost. The conflict lasted for centuries. Those that faced the Reapers in the beginning were long dead when I was born. There were memory shards, however, passed down from soldier to soldier. They gave us fragments of what happened.
Why do you think your own cycle lost the war?
What had been our strength, our empire, became a liability. All races conformed to one doctrine, one strategy. The Reapers exploited this. Once they found our weaknesses, we could not adapt. The subservient races became divided and confused. Then, it was only a matter of time.
I'm happy to say our cycle is different. Most races cooperate, but they still remain unique.
Then it may be your only hope.
Several years ago, we found a Prothean VI that called itself Vigil on the planet Ilos. He was the caretaker of a research project.
During my life, Ilos was only a rumor. It was said we had cities there, built on the ruins of a civilization before us, the Inusanon. If our scientists did have a research facility, whatever they were doing was secret.
Yes, Vigil said they wiped all traces of themselves from the records so the Reapers couldn't find them.
The scientists eventually went into cryogenic stasis.
More of my people survived?
No, but they did stop the Reapers from taking control of the Citadel in this cycle. It delayed their invasion.
I never saw the Citadel. It was captured long before I was born.
Well, maybe you'll get a chance to see it now.
How did your people wage war against the Reapers?
Attrition. We fought them system by system, planet by planet, city by city. Entire worlds were sacrificed just to slow the Reapers down. Time they spent harvesting a population was time we could regroup.
That must have cost you in the long run.
Yes. Our own people would be indoctrinated, converted, then turned against us. But there was no choice. Mercy is not a weapon. It is a weakness.
Thank you for talking with me. I never imagined actually meeting a Prothean.
This has been amusing.
Oh?
To discover the most primitive races of my time now rule the galaxy. The Asari, the humans, the Turians.
There's also the Solarians.
The lizard people evolved.
I believe they're amphibian.
They used to eat flies.
So?
Commander, you may count on me. I am known as Javik.
Then welcome aboard the Normandy, Javik.
So we have a Prothean squad mate. And his weapon, particle rifle. This should be interesting, I think. Although I'm not quite sure what to make of him yet. I like that comment about the Solarians. Okay, so they used to eat flies. Well, if you go back far along far enough in your own history, I'm sure you were primitive at some point too. So what does that mean? Nothing. Can we talk to him anymore?
So much has been lost. So much has changed. And yet the Reapers are still here. For me, it was only yesterday. Our empire spanned the galaxy. Now we are only a myth. I still have much to learn about this cycle.
That is probably an understatement. So now we know what the previously blocked off port cargo hold was for. For this guy, and the DLC was this extra squad mate, and that one mission of course. Unlike Zaid and Kasumi, who didn't really participate much in the story, this guy really is integral to the main plot of the game. He interacts a lot with the other squad mates, and a lot of this information he provides ties in with the main story and the themes of the game, which makes it even weirder that this was day one DLC and not just part of the game. But I guess they wanted our money. Okay, well, since we're in engineering, let's see if Adams has anything to say about it.
Nothing to report, Commander.
Nope. I'm sure Allers is interested in our new crew member.
Have you seen our newest crew member?
You mean the biggest story in 50,000 years that I can in no way talk about?
So you have seen him. Just wondering.
Yeah, I think we'll probably want to keep a lid on that for the time being.
Cerberus stealthily strikes Star System shield. No, glad I read that one out loud. Do we need to talk, Commander?
Not right now, Alex.
Let me know when we do.
I think she never has more than one line, actually. Well, let's go to the shuttle bay first, I guess.
Don't you dare. They're everywhere. You just get taken too. I can't just sit here doing nothing. Stay with me. Run. Get out of there. You can make it. No, I can't, Steve. But you can. Promise me. I love you. But I know you. Don't make me an anchor. Promise me, Steve. No, don't.
Is that a recording of his husband? I guess.
I love you. But I know you. Don't make me an anchor. Promise me, Steve. No, don't.
Commander. Sorry. Didn't see you there. This is a recording from Ferris Fields. Months ago. I lost a lot of friends that day. I lost my husband. I grieved. Said goodbye, made my peace.
You were talking to him when the collectors hit?
I was organizing construction at a remote station a few clicks south of the main colony. Robert managed to get outside of the field the collectors put up. Instead of running, he called me.
I'm sorry for your loss. He obviously cared a lot about you.
He was afraid I wouldn't let go. But for him, I moved on. Or at least I thought I had. Then the invasion hits, there's no time. And the one thing I grab is this. I mean, what's the point of moving on with your life when everything is going to hell?
Start thinking that way and we've already lost.
Yeah, you're right, but... well, to be honest... I've never felt as alone as I do right now.
You're not alone, Steve. I'm here, anytime you need me.
I appreciate that, Shepard, I really do. But don't worry, Commander. When I'm in that pilot seat, I'm there 100%. I won't fail you. It's just the downtime between missions that's hard, you know?
I know.
And just to clarify, I'm here for you as a friend. Steve Cortez is the long-awaited homosexual romance option. So yeah, it is possible to get a relationship with him. But I'm not interested in that. No reason not to be friendly with him, though. Just don't want to give him the wrong impression. I mean, it's bad enough that he lost his husband. If he starts thinking I'm interested and then finds out that I'm not, it would be even worse, I guess. Well, not worse than losing his husband, I mean the combination. Anyway.
I still can't believe it. A real live Prothean. Doc must be over the moon.
You could say that.
I hear the guy's not all there. Exactly. Damn. I can't imagine. Brought forward 50,000 years. Last of your kind. That's bound to screw with your mind.
Yeah.
Well, here's hoping he can help us with the Reapers.
Well said.
I'll bet the elusive man's boiling in his brandy right about now. Took that Prothean right out from under him. Hey.
Hey. James manages to be the only person in all 3 games to have an even shorter conversation than Shepard, Rex. Let's go see what Liara thinks of our new arrival. Is everybody where they're supposed to be? Yes.
There is new information on the private messages terminal.
Okay.
A Prothean. A living, breathing Prothean right below me.
He's not what I expected.
Me neither. He was a little cold when I tried to talk. I understand the shock of waking up again. His species gone. But a Prothean, Shepard. There's so much he could tell us.
Indeed. Let's hope he actually wants to.
Hello again.
New stuff on the terminal. Prothean nodes, 2186, entry 1. I guess a follow-up to the old Prothean nodes we read. The things this Prothean must have seen. If they had the technology to preserve someone for over 50,000 years, no wonder they were capable of building things like the device on Mars. I must give him time to get his bearings, but goddess, when will we get another chance to learn so much about their civilization? Attached, notes on Prothean. Yeah, I guess that for a Prothean expert and archaeologist, this is an unprecedented chance. Though I'm sure Liara would have preferred a Prothean scientist over a soldier. But for us in the fight against the Reapers, a soldier might be more useful.
Seen a lot of crazy things in my time on the Normandy, Shepard. A talking Reaper, a talking plant, and now a real live talking Prothean. Hell of a thing. Waking up to find everything you know is destroyed. But I imagine the chance to get some payback is consolation. Doubt you and I'll ever get a second chance against the Reapers.
Yeah, I doubt anyone is willing to preserve us for 50,000 years.
What do you suppose the Prothean eats? What if it's boiled asari with a side of fried Turian? I don't know about Liara, but I'm not taking that one for the team.
Well, considering that that asari are levo amino acids and Turians are dextro amino acids, there's very little chance that he can eat both of you.
If this war goes south, maybe we could freeze you for 50,000 years, Shepard. You could go from being merely famous to legendary.
Yeah, I prefer to become a legend by defeating the Reapers, I think.
So who needs their ass kicked now?
You know, the Reapers, Cerberus, the usual.
So who needs their ass kicked now?
Not sure if Chakwas has anything to say about our new acquisition, but let's check.
I'm glad to see we have Garrus back. I wanted to help with his scars, but I think he actually likes them. Feeling okay, Commander?
Yes, I am. I was just going to check if you had something to say about the Prothean, but apparently you don't. You only have something to say about Garrus. Which is okay too, I guess. I have an encrypted message from Miranda Lawson. Again, speech being lost. It happens.
Those poor colonists on Eden Prime. First the Geth attack, now Cerberus. For what it's worth, our new crew member doesn't need a translator himself, but he shared a Prothean language tutorial program. It was apparently designed for servant racers being inducted into the Empire. Charming cultural clue.
Indeed.
Commander?
Let's see what that message from Miranda is about. Meet me on the Citadel, from Miranda Lawson. Commander, I heard about your stay with the Alliance. I can only imagine what nonsense they cooked up to keep you there. We should talk. It's safer in person. You'll find me on the Citadel by Bay D24. Miranda. Okay, yet another reason to go to the Citadel. We have to meet Fane, that one Spectre, of course check up on Ashley, and now Miranda as well. ANN News Alert. New article on Eden Prime, from Alliance News Network Information Partners. Alliance officials confirm a local resistance movement has successfully pushed Cerberus forces off Eden Prime. I guess that's a result of our intel we found. Cerberus attacked Eden Prime for reasons that remain unclear and set up facilities to occupy the colony. But after constant attacks from a united populace, Cerberus troops retreated. Alliance officials are sending in evacuation transport now to get colonists off-world before Reaper forces reach the colony. We owe this victory to the Alliance, Resistance leader Edward Crabb said in a prepared statement. The people of Eden Prime have always been ready to fight, but Alliance intel gave us the tools we needed to push those Cerberus bastards off our planet. Many Resistance fighters have said they plan to enlist to support the Alliance. Well, that's a good thing, I suppose. So we managed to complete that assignment successfully. And I did find all the intel. I know there's 3 pieces, so...
So a Prothean? A real live Prothean? Has Liara stopped bouncing yet? I'm guessing there may have been some bouncing.
Yeah. I'm guessing you want video of the bouncing?
Commander?
How's our new visitor adjusting to the ship, Edie?
He appears not to understand the human custom of separate-sex restroom facilities. I am attempting to enlighten him. I will update you if there is positive progress.
How about you just update me if he doesn't get the message?
Very well. Hello, Shepard.
But I can't even get into the women's restroom. So how come he can? Before we move on, I want to go to the war room, because we've gotten a couple new...
It's brutal. I'm amazed the Turians are holding. The birds don't quit when things get ugly. I'll give them that.
Turians are avian descended, I think. That's what she means. We got a couple new war assets that I want to read the description of. We found some Turian stuff in the Apian Crest, the Turian 79th Flotilla. The Turian 79th Flotilla distinguished itself during the Krogan rebellions when they clashed with the Krogan warships above Digeris. That's indeed where we found them, so that makes sense. The 79th sacrificed themselves in great numbers to bring down Krogan vessels attacking the colony. Centuries later, the flotilla continues to rely on speed and stealth to harass the enemy. They run interference, divert fire, and make bombing runs on enemy ground units until anti-air defenses manage to target them. And under the Alliance, I think now the multiplayer assets are back. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there, but whatever. We got Eden Prime support. Eden Prime is an agrarian world producing millions of tons of food that is sold to less arable planets. The Alliance has set up supply lines from this colony to funnel excess provisions to its troops. Updated. A few researchers who studied Prothean technology on Eden Prime avoided capture by Cerberus. They forwarded copies of their work to the Alliance, hoping it can help build the Prothean device found on Mars. Updated. Although its military defenses were seriously damaged by the Cerberus invasion, Eden Prime's remaining government has loaned the Alliance several Athabasca-class supply freighters. Updated. Eden Prime's colonists drove Cerberus away from their system entirely. With its shipping lanes secure, the colony is sending out as many supplies and equipment as it can spare. That's the result of us getting the resistance intel. I think that because I got my multiplayer assets back and we're above the minimum now. Well, it still says chances of success are very poor. Okay. I guess we need more assets, which we will get in due course. Wait a second, isn't yeah, Victus is still around here somewhere. Where is he hiding? Okay. Well, that's just weird. He's supposed to still be there. Maybe he went to the bathroom and
Commander Shepard.
the map just didn't update. Okay. Next up, I think I want to check out what's going on at Grissom Academy.